Footage.
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome
What?
back to another Drill for Skill. Sandra B, what's up, sis?
It's another Monday. I'm
Hey,
feeling good.
hey, feeling good, feeling great, feeling great. How are you? You know what I'm talking about?
I'm doing good.
Yeah,
I'm
that's it.
tired, man. I had a busy weekend, but I'm always excited, to share some stuff with the people, man.
Absolutely. So, I mean, what you do this weekend?
God, Friday I had to drive my aunt to the airport. I had to get up at 2 in the morning, drive her to the airport in Raleigh, then had to go to Jacksonville, move some furniture. Saturday had to deliver the furniture to Georgia,
Okay.
drive back, and then Sunday had church, missed the second service, but I had to go back to the airport and pick my up from the airport at 11. So I've been driving up and down the road all weekend, man.
Oh, yeah, lot going on, a lot going on. I can take a look. I feel the same, so I understand. So, look, let's get into it, man. So, this month is Financial Literacy Month. So, we in the financial industry. So, hey, what we're going to do is we're going to bring y'all some great information on what you all can do to level up or GGP, get the bag, work bag, and protect the bag, right? So we're gonna talk all about those things, right? Maybe some things about how money works, how money grows, how you can park the money somewhere, leverage the growth of it, right? And then use it to be able to, enhance your life in whatever way that is, right? So
Right.
just wanted to again share with you all that every Monday, first and third Mondays of each month, right? You can catch us here at 8:30 p.m. right, Eastern Standard Time, guys. And you see right there, we go over different things like mindset, recruiting, prospecting, right? Just different things that encompasses different aspects of this growth. I mean, not say growth, different aspects of this industry, right? And guys, hey, we are in the insurance industry, right? But we're not limited to just talking about insurance, right? Because again, we want to talk about money, mindset, and all those things to help you grow in your business, right? Or just in your personal finances. So that's what we're here to do. So yeah, Sandra, so financial literacy month, man. So tell me a little bit. I'm sure you learned about all things financial in school, right?
Thought I did. I know what I learned is that we ain't learned nothing in school about how to really, do what's necessary to, like you said, grow the bag, get the bag, protect the bag. They showed us how to write checks, but we don't really do that no more. That's all I learned.
Yeah, and the thing is, at least you learned about balance and checkbooks and stuff like that. I mean,
Right.
I had to learn that on School of the Hard Knock. You know what I mean? From just hearing people talk about it, watching somebody do it. Didn't
Right.
learn that in school at all. And so I remember Jay Morrison. He mentioned things that we should learn in school was our RBCs, which is real estate, business, cash, and credit. And
Okay.
these are the four things that everybody wants to take. People want a house, or they want multiple houses, right? Business. People want to know how to get into business, right? There's a lot of people who want to do business. be in business for themselves, right?
Right.
And make a great living. Then you got cash and credit. Everybody want to get the cash, right? Cream, you know what I'm saying? Cream. Dollar, dollar, bill. Everybody
Don't know
wants
about that.
cream.
Don't know about that.
Exactly. Cash rules everything around me. You know what I'm saying? And then
Right.
you talking about credit, right? Depending on who you talking to, somebody might say king is, cash is king. Some people might say credit is king, right? But
Right.
these four areas, real estate, business, cash, and credit, are areas that everybody wants to know how to attain and how to be able to use those tools to be able to grow their wealth. So, hey, just like you, I didn't learn either. I didn't learn either. You know what I'm saying? I didn't learn really how money works until I got into this industry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Me too. And each company I was with played its part in that.
yeah.
Learned piece by piece, and now I'm in a place where I'm able to piece it all together to really maximize and how the finances really work and how to diversify your portfolio to get to those financial goals that you got set for yourself and for your family.
Yeah. So what would you say when it comes to financial literacy, right? When you're talking to your clients, what are some of the things that come up? What are some of the most common things that come up when it comes to, what can I do with my money? Or what are some things that you're, usually talking to your clients about?
Well, I'm big on educating my clients. I ask a lot of questions. I find out what their goals are. What's most important to them. A lot of conversation lately has been about taxes. You know, they want to pay taxes now. They want to pay taxes later. They don't want to pay no taxes later. There's been a lot of questions about locking in your money. In a safe place. So, but I think it all boils down to the mindset. I know we usually start off with a mindset video, but I definitely want to start this conversation off with mindset because um it takes discipline. It doesn't matter what your goals are. It don't matter if you are knowledgeable of how to get there. You have to do the part. And so that's what I really try to stress to my clients. Like, this is a long-term game. You know, you got to do this, you got to do that. You got to commit to this process so that you can get those goals in the end, because if not, it just ain't going to happen.
Right. So now, when you say mindset, right, what does that mean? People hear mindset.
Um I think your mindset has to be pretty much, you have to have that mindset where it comes to discipline. You have to understand and be ready to commit. A lot of people, well, I'm gonna say a lot. Some people think they can't build generational wealth because they don't have a lot of money. That's a poverty mindset. You know what I'm saying? You're always thinking that you're broke, but I do things based off of a percentage. Like, if you do it by percentage, the goal is to be in a better place later, than you are now you know, and that don't always mean you're going to be a millionaire.
Right.
you know, if
Absolutely.
you
Yeah.
if you're a hundredaire now, you could be a thousandaire when you retire. So there are steps to it. You have to be able to mentally understand and mentally see yourself there in order for you to stick through the process. And that's something I had to learn myself. I was that person where I don't have enough money to budget. I don't have enough money to save.
Mhm.
But that was that poverty mindset. And I feel like that kills the community, overall, because they're stuck in that poverty mindset. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right. When you talk about mindset, right? Um, it's like I was having a conversation with the agency, I think last Friday, and I was talking about how money is spiritual and things of that nature. And really,
Right.
how everything we do is really spiritual, and how it really ties into what it is we do, how we see ourselves, the money we make, right? How we view money, and what do they say? Change your mindset, change your life. If
Right.
how you view money is in the wrong fashion, like say, well, I don't have enough of it. I don't have it, and I don't. It's not abundant to me. It's in lack. I only get paid. I only can get paid this way, right?
Right.
I only can make money in this industry. I'm not good at doing this. I can't do multiple streams sound so foreign to me. Then yeah, then absolutely money, absolutely how you have it, it is the wrong mindset behind money. You gotta view money in abundance. One, money is a tool. That's the first thing. So money doesn't even have it didn't have any value to it until we, the people, added value to it. Gold didn't really have a value to it. Platinum, silver, nickel, iron, copper, whatever it is, we are the ones that added value to these materialistic things.
Right.
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 And so when we think about money, we have to get out of that. I come up from Pentecostal Apostolic Church, right? I'm a preacher's kid, and and we was churching hard, and a lot of times you hear people, who grew up, and they say money is the root of all evil, right? Don't have no money, right? Because if you got too much money, right, you're in sin. It's wrong. It's bad. Da, 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 da. Well, of course, I found out the lack of money. Okay. That's when people try to rob you, they try to steal from you, they try to kill you, they try to do all these different things because they do not have the money, they do not have the resources in order to pay the bills, in order to feed their family, in order to buy a car, in order to, for living, clothes, etc. You name it, right? Now, of course, it's the lust that we know of money, because that's what the Bible says. We know that it's lust, but the thing of it is that in the Bible it also states that money answereth all problems, and that is in Ecclesiastes, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, money answers all problems. Most people's issues is usually money related. Oh, I got medical bills. So what you need? You need money. Oh man, I don't have adequate transportation, man. I can't get around. You need money to buy a car. Man, I'm so hungry. You need money for food. Man, I wish I could go on vacation and just relax and let my head. You need money for entertainment, for vacation, for leisure. The thing is, again, you got to change your mindset. And I agree with you. You got to change your mindset around how you view money, how you view yourself. Because some people don't even view themselves worthy enough to even be able to make certain amounts of money. Right? Yeah. You think Jeff Bezos or Bernard Arnold, who's the richest man in the world, right? Or Elon Musk, or Mark Zuckerberg, or Bill Gates, or any of these people, Oprah Winfrey, Jay-Z, Michael Jordan. You think any of these people are thinking in lack? No, it's abundance. Yeah. Abundance. We have the mind that can create the world around us. It's just, how are you? What are you thinking about? You know what I'm saying? What what that TV show say? What's in your wallet? The thing is your wallet's probably empty because you how you're thinking, how you view money, right? And so, and with that being said, right? So, what about spending habits, right? You talked about mindset. People saving, to touch on that.
A lot again, just coming from the mindset part of that. Some people think money is for spending. Other people look at money, like you said, as a tool to make more money. And that comes with what we've learned, again, resources. I was the type of person where I didn't want to spend money because I wanted to keep money. But that was that mindset of thinking if I spend it, I'm going to be broke. But I'm just not spending it the right way to generate more income. I didn't feel like I was the type of person that deserved or could actually attain the type of wealth that I saw other people attaining. And I had to realize these people are just regular people. They just think different. And your mind can take you places that your talent can't. If you think about it, you can pretty much achieve it. And I think that's something that was instilled in me. I posted today, like on Facebook, post a TV show or something that kind of shows your age. And I remember reading Rainbow. That was probably the most.
That's
man. I mean, if that man did not sow seeds
Yep.
into my life at that age, you know what I'm saying, as a kid. And I grew up, although I struggled financially with my mindset because I didn't see that in the household. But when it came to everything else, oh, I can do it myself. I can do this, I can do that. But I didn't apply that to finances until just a few years ago. So your mindset really plays a big part of where you end up at and how you're going to handle certain things that you have access to, such as money.
Such as money, right? So, what can people do with their money, right? They making. Let's start from people who's maybe not making so much money per year, right? But they want to be able to take that money and grow it, right? They want to be able to plant some seeds and be able to grow that money and take it to the next level, right? What are some things that they can do to be able to enhance their life?
I tell people I'm big on tracking.
Mhm.
Tracking is something that, that's how you can track. You don't know where things are going if you're not measuring and tracking it. So track your spending. Before you even start, if you don't already have a budget, before you even start budgeting, really take a look at your spending habits weekly. Do that for a whole month, and then you can see how much money you really have after you said you don't have. Because some spending is impulsive. A lot of spending is impulsive, actually, and you don't think about it. Like when you're spending money on food, but depending on your mindset, you got to eat. So you're not thinking that you just spent $25 on a meal when you could have spent 12. And so all of that stuff adds up. And if you really budget and, well, if you track yourself, then you can see where you really do have a budget to put something away. And then that's where it matters where you put that little something at, because you can put it in a savings account, which is going to do diddly squat,
Right.
you know, or you can put it in a high yielding savings account, something like, life insurance, because that's I'm a firm believer that's the best way to put your money in. But also, I'm big on diversifying your portfolio, so you can put it in an IRA, you can put it in a SEP. You could put money places that's going to grow your money faster than uh, um than a regular savings account.
Yeah, especially than the mattress or that
Yeah, I
that,
skipped
that,
all
that
over that.
that tin can or whatever you stashing your money at, right? You want to be able to have your money work for you, and I think that's definitely one of the rules of money is that
Right.
your money has to be in a place to be able to make money for you. You know what? And I want to recommend a book to you all. If there's something that you want to read about money, it is called "The Richest Man in Babylon." That is a great book. The Richest Man in Babylon really talks about how a guy who pretty much came from, kind of nothing, the slums, whatever you want to say, and started learning what to do with his money, how to grow it, right? Started, learning about it, man. And I think it'd be an awesome book. It's not a long read at all. If you can get it on audiobook, it's definitely not that long, probably shorter than maybe 3 or 4 hours. So it's really not a long, it's really not that long of a book, but it is a powerful book. And if you listen to the lessons that they talk about in that book, it is very powerful, right? So just like you said, putting your money somewhere where it can actually grow, right? Now, your savings account, okay, cool. If you say, well, Dennis, all I got is my savings account right now, okay, no problem. Also understand that this is not your end all be all. This should not be the final destination for your money. In your savings account, the reality of it is, just as Sanji B said, you're only getting one or less than 1% in your savings account. Now, some of these banks do have some high yielding savings account, right? Where, if you're of a certain ilk, certain kind of clientele, they'll take you to a certain room and talk to you about it. But if not, hey,
What you say,
then
in the upper room?
in the upper room,
Everybody can't go there.
everybody can go there, right? But you can start a Roth, right? You can start a Roth as little as $25, $50 a month. You know what I'm saying? And yes, it is in the market, but the market goes up, market goes down. So you want that volatility, right? These are things that's going to help your money grow. There's also a rule called the rule of 72. right? This is what you do is you take whatever your interest rate is, you divide it by 72, and it tells you how long it takes for your money to double. Let's say, for example, just a quick example, if you're getting 3% on your earnings, if you divide 3 into 72, that's 24 years. So it'll take your money 24 years in order for it to double. If you have your account in 6%, guess what? It's now going to take your money 12 years to double. If you have a 10% account, it's going to take your money 10.2 years for it to grow. So, like, let's say 10.2 months or 10 years, 2 months for it to grow. You see how fast it's happening? It's a lot faster than 1%, which will take 72 years for your money to grow. So let's really think about that, right? Now, there's nothing wrong with keeping cash on you handily. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. But if you really want to leverage your money, right, you got to get it into certain accounts, right? Some of it can be in the market, some of it can be in life insurance, right? And the reason why we're mentioning life insurance because it is a great way to be able, an excellent way to be able to park your money. So, Sandra, tell us more about, putting their money into life insurance, right? Why is it such a good idea?
Man, and I just did a live about that with Unique Santos last night. Well, yeah, yesterday. Well, Saturday. Sorry, it is Monday. But I mean, life insurance is like a safe place to put your money because for one, it's going to pay out guaranteed. If you get it in the right account, you can have living benefits, which will give you access to your money while you're alive, tax free. When you pass away, you're going to leave a huge death benefit to your family or to your trust, so that that money is not just splurged because some people don't handle money the right way, which is another part of financial literacy is, trust and wills. Like once you put that money somewhere to grow, where do you want that money to be dispersed at and how? Um, Another thing is that that money is going to grow and it's not going to you're not going to lose any money. It's some of these plans, they mirror the market, and so that means that when the market is up you gain, when the market is down you won't lose anything. If you want to get your money, there's no penalty. Like with your 401k, you got to wait a certain age or you're going to be penalized. After a certain age, once you take your money out, you're going to be taxed at whatever that tax rate is, down the line. With life insurance, you don't have to worry about that. The money is going to grow. It's going to grow. You're going to have access to it tax free. Um, Another good thing is, more again, like there are policies that people qualify for based on how much money you make. So we talk about a lot of plans that are more common, but there are more exclusive plans where if you have a certain amount of money, man, there's so much you can do with your money and you won't know because unfortunately you don't have access to someone to talk about the information with you. But life insurance, I feel, is like one of the safest place to put your money when you're talking about growing and protecting it because it takes care of you while you're alive and it also takes care of your family after you die. And what other plan is going to do both, and give you the tax breaks that you get with life insurance? So that's the main thing that I love about life insurance being a real good financial vehicle to park your money.
The thing about that also as well too is it's not in the market.
Right. It
You
mirrors
know,
the market.
exactly. It mirrors the market. And one of the best things about that is that, so let's say, we're talking about like an IUL, right? Because that's typically what it is. So let's say with an IUL is credited by market gains, right? It's credited by the S&P 500 or, whatever indexing crediting fund that your particular IUL is using. So
Right.
basically, what's happening is when the market is, up or doing well, doing whatever it's doing, right? Now, usually in these accounts, it's usually like a cap. So let's just keep math simple. We'll just say a 10% cap. So if you have a 10% cap on your account in the IUL, right, on the interest on the interest crediting, if the market or the S&P 500 is up at 12%, you'll just get the 10. Now, some people will say, well, man, I mean, bro, I need that extra too. Okay, well, I got you, but I'm gonna make it make some sense now because you wasn't getting the extra two in that 1% savings account or less than 1% savings account that you had at your local credit union, at your local Wells Fargo, at your local I'm gonna say what company?
Chase Bank.
Chase Bank, Capital One, wherever.
Lewis.
You know what I'm saying? So 10%, right? So you didn't get 12, but you got to 10. Okay, cool. When that market goes to 5%, okay, guess what? You're going to mirror the market. 5. Market go to 8, you're going to get the 8. Market goes to negative 20, you're at 0. Everything that you gained, everything you locked in before is locked. Everything you got before is locked in. That 10% that we got locked in. That 5% we got locked in. That 8% we got locked in. Once you hit 0, you are still a hero. That's it, baby. You are still a hero. You don't have to worry about losing your money. Life insurance is a great vehicle to use to park your money. It's a great place to park your money to leverage for investments, to leverage for business ventures, to leverage for family vacations, to leverage for buying a car, for paying for college, right?
Right.
Instead of using a 529 plan, and if that's what you want to use it. But anyway, main thing that we're talking about is how to get the best use out of your money.
Right.
So, right now, what other ways can people use, or what other things? I'm not people use. What other things can people do to be able to really, get better use out of their money?
I think it's important to talk to your kids and grandkids
Yeah,
about the importance of money. Because again, like I mentioned before, you can put your money into things like a trust and set up a will. Because let's say you pass away and you just left your child $100,000.
hmm,
If they don't do right by that money that you worked on, that you paid and invested or contributed to grow, they might take it and splurge it and not use it. So you have to pass the information down so that whoever is getting this money after you pass away will know what to do with it. And it could be, it could continue to grow and maximize so that it can be generational wealth. Because true generational wealth is not leaving something behind to your children. It's leaving something behind for your children, their children, generations down the line. If it
yeah,
stops after you, it was all in vain. So you have to teach your family um what you're doing and have them involved in it. They don't have to have their hands on it.
absolutely right.
They
Yeah, absolutely.
they need to be taught and educated on how to do it. And you need to be showing them and being an example of how to budget and spend your money and make smart decisions with your money. Yeah, your 17-year-old daughter might need a car, but do they need a brand new car? You might
Right.
go find one for $2,000, $3,000 versus getting payments that's $200-$300 a month. Um, Not trying to keep up with the Joneses. Like, live in your means. That's why I'm very big on having a percentage for a budget instead of dollars amount, because your income can change. But if
Sense.
it's
Sense.
20% going to savings, it's 20% going to savings, whether you made $1,000 this month, whether you made $100 this month. And
Hold
so
on.
I'm
That's powerful. That's powerful. Hold on. I don't want the people to go over that. So I wanted to go over what people said. So what you said was instead of having a dollar amount for you said budget, is that correct?
yeah,
You're saying you should go more for percentages. So,
yeah.
so break that down a little bit more, right? So okay, I'm trying to budget for the month or whatever the case. So no dollar amount. So I shouldn't be like, okay, well $500 goes here, 200 goes over here, 1500 goes towards my mortgage or whatever, right? Whatever the case may be. So break that down, percentage. What should that look like?
Well, I mean, outside of, like, you have bills that's going to cost a certain amount. Mortgage is whatever your mortgage is. Like, if your mortgage is $1,500 a month, you got to pay $1,500 a month.
Right.
Car note. So after you have your major bills, and what I consider major bills is rent or mortgage, your lights, utilities, water, whatever, and your vehicle, because most of the people do need a vehicle or whatever you have for transportation. Outside of that, I usually like to do something like 20 to 25% to towards
Okay.
saving. Now, if that can be a dollar amount, that's great. But if you focus it on being a percentage, then like I said, how you spend $1 is how you're going to spend a million. So if you get $1 and because you don't have 1,000, it's like, oh well, I don't have a lot of money, so I'm just going to do what I want to do with this dollar. No, I tithe. Okay, so
Right.
10% of my money don't belong to me off top.
Mhm.
So if I get $1, I have 90 cents. Okay, because 10 cent goes to towards tithing to the kingdom of God, whether it's a church, a ministry, however I want to do with that.
Yeah.
But after that, if I have 20% going towards savings, then that's 20 cent that got to go to savings. So now I'm down to what, 70 cents.
Now you down to 70 cents.
If I have 10% for leisure and entertainment, I have another 10 cent that I can go have fun with. If I can't have fun with it, guess what? That's where the discipline comes in, and you don't get to have fun because you have to stick to your budget. So that's why I'm big on percentages, because people's income can change. I mean, in our industry, it does. Like if you're salaried, hey, that's great. But if you lose your job, then you
Yeah.
gotta switch it up.
Salary
Just
totally
use
wiped
that as
out.
a guideline.
And there's no way to really actually increase your money. So let's even talk about that, right? So people, so my 9 to 5ers, right? 9 to 5ers, right? If you're looking to really leverage up and increase the bag, you got to get yourself a side hustle.
Yes.
Got to get yourself a side hustle, a side business, right? Not a side husband. I say side hustle. Okay, let's not get the H's confused. Okay, not hustle, not side husband. All right, side work, not side wife. Okay, you know what I mean? So find something, right, that, and people always say, well, I don't want it to take up so much time, yada yada yada, but you're complaining about the money that you make it, right? So we're going to have to make sacrifices, right? I know sacrifice is such a ugly word, and people don't want to hear that, but you're going to have to make some sacrifices, right? So maybe you don't go out this weekend, right? Because maybe you're about to do something in your side hustle that's going to be able to do that for you right now. In our industry, right? Yeah, we're going to talk about it, right? Since we on the Drill for Still podcast. So
Right, right.
in the insurance industry, guys, right? You can work part-time or full-time. Most people, I would even dare to say maybe even 85 to maybe 93% of people starting this business part-time. They usually already have something else going on, right? Either 9 to 5, maybe they're already entrepreneurial, maybe they're already a business owner, right? But they're looking to leverage up their income because in this industry, our license gives you the ability to be able to print Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You know what I'm saying? It gives you that ability.
Banks are open. You can get paid. Okay.
Or you can get paid, right? If you help a client, you help a family. And our industry is it the wonderful part about it is that you're serving people. You're serving people. Now you can be, a crummy, crappy agent and just say I'm just in it for my money or whatever the case may be, right? But at that point, you're probably selling people the wrong policies. They're probably even overqualified for those type of policies. Meaning somebody like myself, 40 years old, healthy, young, and you're trying to give me a final expense. Like, come on, stop it, bro.
Yeah.
Well, that ain't enough for what I got with my family, homes, all those things, right? But in our industry, again, you can start this industry part-time, right? So this is how we talk about leveraging up your bag. You can get into a part-time. You can do, 20, 25 to maybe even 32 hours a week and be able to make a substantial income that's really going to make an impact in your family, right? Right? Some people say, well, I want to, make t-shirts, like his t-shirt right here. Shout out to my guy, Neil Tucker, right, from the huddle. What's up, boy? Right? You know what I'm saying? So maybe you're good in fashion, right? Maybe you're good with doing some admin stuff, right? You can always, do some little admin or become a virtual assistant for, people of many different industries, right? Maybe you're good at social media. Whatever it is, find yourself a side hustle, right? Side business that really can also up your bag, right? Because you're talking about, I want to save for this, I want to go on this vacation, baby need a new pair of shoes, right? Whatever it is, you can get yourself a side hustle and be able to leverage that money into savings, into the life insurance policy that Sandra B was talking about, right? To be able to park your money to leverage
Right.
for other ventures, right? And again, not only that, maybe put the money into a Roth IRA or SEP IRA, like she said, a self employment IRA, things of that nature, right? You can use your 9 to 5 as your investment partner. So maybe,
Mhm.
like Sandra said, maybe you take some of the percentages from what you're making and say, all right, okay, I'm gonna put 20, 25% and I'm investing into this, right? Because hey, if I did this for the next 6 months, I'll be here, and then while I'm here, I can be able to use this money and then jumpstart this venture, whatever it is, guys. So what you got to do is God gave us a mind to be creative. Think about it, right? In Genesis chapter 1, He created the earth. Said the earth was without void, without form. And what did he do? He used his mind and spoke it. These are the things that you have. These are the things that you have to do. You got to see it here first.
Right.
Manifest it. Talk it.
Yep.
Manifest it. Think
Yep.
about it. Talk it. Implement. If you don't know how to do something, guess what? YouTube University is readily available, baby. It's the video
Right.
Google. Everything that you want to know how to do is on there, right?
Right.
So not only that, Sandra, what else, right? This is Financial Literacy Month, and matter of fact, before you give me an answer or talk about anything else, we guys are going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Did you know that
Oh,
Did you know that private-owned mortgage protection insurance not only covers your mortgage when you die, but it can also cover your mortgage if you were to become disabled, ill, or lose your job? Unlike the mortgage protection insurance that's included in the mortgage, and that payout goes solely to the lender if you pass away during the mortgage term. A private owned mortgage protection provides the death benefit along with the living benefits. So, secure your family's future with the protection that puts your family first, not the lender. Shoot me a message to start protecting your mortgage the right way.
nice. So protecting your mortgage, right? So now we're going to right. So what is mortgage protection, Sandra B? What is mortgage protection? I don't know what it is, and why do I need it?
Mortgage protection is simply a plan that you contribute to, so where if you were to pass away before your mortgage is paid, your family can get the money to either pay off the mortgage or do whatever they want to do with the money, I mean, in all actuality. But the money, when you get your mortgage, you do have to get a MPI, which is already included in your mortgage payments, and that is to cover the lender. And some may say, well, I mean, well, that pays off the mortgage. Yeah, it does. But what if your family don't want to keep the house, or what if you become sick and you cannot work and to make the money to pay the mortgage? When you have your own private plan, which is what me and Dennis could set you up with, you know, um, those plans come with living benefits. So if you were out of work for a certain amount of time, or you was, diagnosed with a terminal or critical illness, or chronic illness, then this plan will cover your mortgage for you and your family. And then when you pass away, you still will have that money. Another thing that the MPI does that's included with your mortgage that you're paying for your lender, you're going to pay the same amount, even though the mortgage is going down. I mean, as you're paying your mortgage, the mortgage goes down, right? But you're going to still be paying. Let's say your house is $200,000. You're going to pay for $200,000 regardless. Whether you owe $200,000 when you die, guess what? That money is going to go to the lender. Your family don't get anything. So if you got a mortgage, your own private mortgage plan, you got 200,000. Yeah, you're going to continue to pay the same amount, but whenever you pass away, even if the house is paid for, now your family can get $200,000 tax free money. Hell, they could buy a whole nother house. you
Hold
know,
on, hold
like
on, hold on. I don't want you're going on some great stuff, and I don't want the people to miss this. So you mentioned something about living benefits earlier, because I don't think people realize that you know your health affects how you make
right.
your money. If you're sick, guess what? You're not going to work. Most people are not going to work, right? If you have a stroke, cancer, diabetes, heart attack, you got to get major organ transplants, right? Things of that nature, right? Critical illness, right? Can you break down how these illnesses affect their money? And now, if they have a life insurance policy, how this is actually being able to protect their money, and also being able to give them a boost, because these riders are very critically important to one's financial portfolio because of what it does. So can you kind of break that down?
Okay, let's say, typically you have a married couple, and let's say the woman is a housewife. She doesn't go out to work. The husband is the one that's working. He's the one that's paying the bills because the wife ain't making no money.
Right.
Let's say Johnny falls and break his leg. He does construction or whatever. He cannot go to work. Johnny don't go to work. Johnny don't get paid. Johnny don't get paid. Neither does the bills. Now Sally got to go find a job. She ain't gonna make what he made because she's been out of work for the past 10, 15 years that they've been married or whatever. Okay.
Right.
So let's say they have a 200,000. I'm gonna just use 200,000. They have a $200,000 house. Um, they have this policy. Now, if he's out of work for 30, 60, 90 days, which of course, if his leg is broken, he's gonna be out of work for that time while he recover, you can use up to 80% of your death benefit. Now, this is outside, and I want to be running y'all too fast, but I don't want to miss nothing. This
Right.
is outside of the cash value that could build inside your policy as well. So let's say he's had the plan for 10 years and now he can't work. He has options. He can borrow the money from the cash value to cover the bills, or he can use some of the death benefit while he's still alive and take care of whatever needs to be taken care of, medical bills, whatever. And when he still pass away, he still will have enough money for his wife to do
So
what she needs to do with it as far as taking care of his final expenses and stuff. So that's
financial.
how the living benefits
What
work.
you cuz?
And people don't think about that. They think about, oh, this policy is here. If I die, it's going to pay out. No, this policy is to help you throughout life. That's why it's called life insurance. People have just the mindset again. And I won't say that. I will say, people they only know what they know, and people are not very informative when it comes down to sharing information on how these plans really do work. A lot of people are sitting on plans and they're struggling because they're out of work and they don't know that their plan may have had a rider that can help them through this time.
Yeah, and that's big. That's a huge deal, because a lot of these people have a lot of old policies. These granddaddy policies, you know, and they don't have any living benefits to them. And what
Yeah.
usually happens to people is when their health fails and they're in a home and you still have a mortgage to pay for, and you almost died, but you didn't die, right? What do they say? I almost died, but I didn't die. I didn't
Good
die.
God, good God.
Right. I didn't die, but now you can't work for 90 days.
Right.
Now you become disabled. Now, 2, 3, you can't perform 2 out of 3, or three, I mean 2 out of 6, or three
Two out
out
of
of
six.
six, 4 out of 6 daily living activities such as toileting, lifting, transferring, walking, eating. Just to name a few of those things, right? Yeah, exactly. You can't do some of these things, but now you need supplemental income. You got to have a policy that's being able to help you. See, guys, again, a lot of this is still around financial literacy. Some of y'all say, "Well, dang, I didn't know about that," right? But that's because you didn't talk to Sandra B. You didn't talk to me, and that's your problem. Okay, you need to hit us up so we
Talking
can
to
get
everybody else.
exactly talking to people with the wrong information. So not only just that, guys, again, like she mentioned about mortgage protection, right? You know, most people mortgages are 30 years, right? Some people do 15, but most of the time they're 30 years. So when you got a 30-year mortgage, you got little children, you know, your best and greatest asset is your ability to make money. You got to protect that first. Some people say, well, I don't have a lot of money. Cool, no worries. You need to do something. You need to do something, right? Because your job is not the answer. There are much better benefits outside of your job. Now, by all means, take whatever your job is giving you. They give you life insurance, take that. They give you a way to build money in your 401k and all that. Cool, take it, right? They're going to match you 3%, 6%, or whatever. I've seen maybe as high as 11%, right? Which is very rare, right? But if they're going to match you, match it. Don't overmatch, because we need to put your money somewhere else where you're really going to get the growth, right? Either through market, or you're going to get the growth through a life insurance plan, right? Which is very safe way to be able to do that, because every dollar is protected. Every dollar is protected, guys. And all the gains and all that stuff is protected as well, too, right? And you get so many benefits with that. Not only that, right? You was talking, you mentioned something about, I forget what it was, but it was dealing with mortgage protection. You was talking. I know you mentioned living benefits. You once you start talking, it was, you know, and I got the ramble out and I forgot now. But as far as financial literacy, right? Because again, this is Financial Literacy Month, guys, and we're just trying to just share different things that you can do to be able to, you know, up your money, protect your money, grow your money, right? And you gotta, and with all this information, right, you gotta look at your portfolio and see what is best for you, right? You know, what is the best route for you to be able to go, right? Or talk to somebody and be able to kind of put, you know, two hands together, you know what I'm saying, pause, and see exactly what's really going to be able to help you leverage your income. Because most of the time, you know, it's not really how much money you make all the time. Most of the time, it's really what are you doing with your money, right? Are you gearing it towards income producing assets, or are you just, you know, blowing the money? You going to MGM? You talking about put black on black on 7? You know what I'm saying? You out there Russian roulette that thing. You out there playing craps. You out there gambling with your life, baby. Come on, you can't do that. I'm not saying you can't go out and have a little fun, just like Sandra said. You know, one of the great things she said, you know, was look at your budget in percentages versus dollar amounts, because those things can change, you know, depending on whether you get a raise and you get more money now, or you or something happened to your job, you got to change industries. Now you might be getting a little bit less, or whatever the case may be. But if you always go off percentages, you'll be able to work your budget to the best of its ability, right? So before we go any further, guys, we are going to take a quick commercial break, right? And we'll be right back after these messages. I have a friend who's ready to renew his term, right? It's about to end in the next 3 or 4 years. He still has 3 little children, a wife, house isn't paid off yet. I don't think he's been in the house more than 8, 9 years yet. So still got at least another 20, 22, 25 years, right, left on the house. My advice to him would be to get another term. As long as you're still young, still healthy, not over 35 years of age, it would behoove him to get another term, because again, we're looking to protect the main assets, his ability to make money and the home. Exactly.
Yes.
Gotta make sure you protecting your ability to make money and your greatest asset, which is most of the time people's homes.
Right.
So those are 2 main things: your ability to make money and protecting that home. Right now, if you have businesses, you want to be able to protect that business. If you have business partners, right, you need to put some insurance on your business partner. These are key main policies, right? Financial literacy, guys. We're trying to encompass all these different things, right? You know, trust, like Sandra mentioned earlier. trust is a great tool to use because one, if you're getting fried in taxes, okay,
Mm,
this will help minimize your taxes because now everything can run through the trust and it's no longer in your name. Now, obviously, you still got to take care of that tax bill now. You know,
right.
I rest a clinking. You know what I'm saying? They clinking. You know what I'm saying? You know, like my man Wesley is nice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they want to clink, but you want to make sure you take care of that thing. But
Right.
a trust is a great tool to be able to use. There's thousands of trusts. There's
Yeah.
thousands, man. But I've been learning some great information about a common law trust. Common
Yeah.
law trust started in 1999 and it is Sue proof. You cannot be sued with that common law, baby. 1999. Now, no, look, I didn't give you too much information. I do want you to go look it up for yourself. But common law trust started back in 1999, and so I mean, these people have worked very diligently on trying to pretty much make this trust. I don't want to say necessarily bulletproof, but I mean, you can't really sue. You know what I mean? We're talking about divorce, and hey, divorce you are getting sued, guys.
Yeah.
We don't want to call it that, but that's what's happening. Because what happens is alimony, you got to pay some money, right? So you're getting sued. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens. You know, hey, you a business deal went awry or something happened. See, and within the trust, guys, the reason why I'm mentioning this is because within the trust, you own nothing but you control everything.
Mm,
You own nothing but you control everything, right? Um, and like I've been learning from this gentleman, Mr. Brown, like he said, and I didn't realize it, but it made so much sense. He said, kings and queens own nothing.
mm.
Kings and queens don't pay taxes because they don't own anything. Kings and queens are still around. We still got what, King Charles, Prince William, the royal family, right?
Right.
They don't own anything,
Oh,
but they
nothing.
control
Mhm.
everything that's within their kingdom. Same concept with a trust. Hey, I don't own anything. So I mean, I got my license. That's it. I don't. There's nothing in my name. So you can't get my home. You can't get my car. You can't repossess because all of that is with the trust, and that is through what you be calling it's private. It's private. It's a private sector. Just like even in life insurance, it's a private contract
Yep.
between you and the insurance company.
Right. Man, I had a well, go ahead.
No, 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 no.
I had a guy call me and he was mad. He was like, is there any way you can find out if my wife got a policy on me because they divorced and she got a new man? And
Yes,
he
you
was
got a
like,
policy on you.
he want to cancel the policy she got on him because he don't want her to have the money that, if he die. I said, well, sir, she's paying for the policy. She's the owner of the policy. Where you messed up was you didn't do the same on her, you know,
Facts.
and you can't control that. So again, when you talk about protecting the bag, when your money is in life insurance contracts, trusts, stuff like that, you can get sued. It's nothing that somebody can do. You cannot get sued for your life insurance policy because it doesn't belong to you. It belongs, it's a contract between you and the company. It's not your asset for somebody to sue you on. It's untouchable. So that brought that up. I was on the phone with this guy going back and forth for like 15 minutes. He was like, "What?" I said, "Sir, I mean, she's on, after you die, you don't know what they're doing." And he was like, "Dad, you just gonna say it like that?" I said, "I don't know how else to put it. You already
Hey,
know
look, if
your
you
money after
married,
you die.
like you said, if you married, you better get that policy on that spouse now.
Yeah,
Don't be
get
out
it
here
on
tripping.
each other.
Don't be out here tripping and slipping. You know what I'm saying? Because again, life is precious, guys, and we don't know what's going to happen. Life is a mystery. Life is full of surprises. And the best thing to do is make sure that you have coverage for you and your family, right? Now in this case in point, okay, cool. Like we have children together. If you have children together, we built a life together. there was a certain lifestyle that I was used to, or you were used to when we were married. Okay, so I own this policy. Why would I relinquish my power in this policy just because we're no longer married? I'm just saying, think about it, guys. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I mean, again, maybe you can use some of that money to go towards helping the family to bury him, or whatever the case. Maybe use some of the money to be able to help some of the little children, or kids, or whatever that you all have together, man. I mean, there's plenty of reasons why you should do it. Now, I'm single. Do I get a policy being single? What is your answer to that? I ain't got no kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm not married. I don't have no house. Should you still get a life insurance policy?
You should still get a life insurance policy because of if nothing else makes sense to you about getting one, the living benefits. You're single. That means you have nobody else to depend on if you lost your job. You have nobody else that's going to take care of you if you become terminally, chronically, or critically ill.
All right.
So that fact alone gives you the ability to use that money. But on the other side, like I said, sometimes this doesn't make sense to people. When you die, somebody has to take care of that bill. Somebody. You may not have a husband or wife, you may not have kids, but you have somebody that your death is going to affect, and somebody is going to have to be left with that bill. And so if you don't get nothing but something to cover that, that's still a great reason. But I would say I push more so with single people the fact that you're single. And if you can't depend on you, you have that life insurance policy with living benefits to take care of you if something goes left. So yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's a great case in point, like you said. You become disabled. You become chronically ill. Right? Can't perform 2 out of 6 daily activities. You become critically ill. Stroke, cancer, diabetes. I'm sorry, not diabetes, but stroke, cancer, heart attack. You know,
so yeah,
transplant, anything major, anything that pretty much deems you critically ill. You can be
yeah,
able to pull away from the death benefit, terminal illness. Hey, they said I'm not going to live past the next 12, 24 months, right? You can be able to use these monies to be able to take care of living expenses, to be able to, as I tell my clients, buy yourself a Bugatti, okay? If that's what you want to do, right? Because these are the last 5 wishes, or whatever the situation is, right? Maybe you want to go on vacation, right? Maybe you want to live out your last days. I'm going to live out. But these are the things, the hidden gems inside of these insurance policies that honestly, Sandra, I believe people do not talk about enough.
they
Right?
don't.
A lot of the clients just don't know what they can have, or what they do have, or what they don't have. Right?
Right,
So,
right.
and when it comes to financial literacy, again, man, there's so many things that we can talk about this, guys, because again, it's not just all about insurance. But one thing I will say is your financial house should be should start with the foundation of life insurance.
Yeah, that's the first thing that you should definitely put in place because, like I said, that's something that covers you both ways. It covers you while you're alive, and it covers you if you die. We all have plans on having time to do this and that, but what happens when that time is cut short? We don't know how much time we really have. They said it at church yesterday. We had youth appreciation service. We had a young elder, and he said, the younger kids are dying faster than the older people.
It's
There's
terrible.
people living to be 90, 100 years old, but at the same time, we have babies dying. We have adolescents dying, 20 and 30-year-olds people. They think that they have time to plan for retirement, but they don't want to start till later. Y'all, time, there is no such thing as time because we don't know what we have. Um,
Absolutely. Right.
So I can't stress enough how important it is to really protect yourself. Because at the end of the day, that's what you're doing. You are the breadwinner. Nobody's just giving you free money. If
Right.
you're getting free money from the government, you're capped. It's not enough to live off of and really enjoy life. So invest in yourself. We put insurance on everything. We would be devastated if we dropped that iPhone. you know, it's the same thing. Do you not think somebody's gonna be devastated if you drop dead and broke to pieces?
Absolutely.
So, put that in perspective. It's hard to see it when you're not in that situation. And most people want to get life insurance when they're sick, after they just lost somebody else. But the cheapest time to get your life insurance is now, because it's only going to get more expensive, because you never know. You're one doctor's appointment away from getting put on some medication. You're one evaluation or blood work away from finding out you had something that will make your rates higher. So
Absolutely.
get it while you qualify. Like in the video that he shared, he mentioned a good age, 30, 35 or younger. Most people are healthy. You can afford to get life insurance, man. Like, start somewhere. And this ain't about, this wasn't supposed to be about life insurance, but I can't, when it comes down to financial literacy, man, that's what it's about. You either have a lot of time to get there or you don't. And so you need to protect yourself both ways. And the only way to do that is with life insurance. So, yeah.
Exactly. And you're 1,000% correct, because we don't know when we're going to leave. And like I've said in the video, like I've said a couple times on this podcast, your greatest asset is your ability to make money. And
Yeah.
that's just the facts. If you no longer can make money, what happens to your family? What happens to the debt that you were paying down or supposed to be paying down? What happens to the house? What happens to the cars? What happens to the credit cards? What happens to the utility bills? What happens to the clothes? What happens to the food? What happens to the kids? All those things go by the wayside. And then from there, now, from that financial from that foundation, now you can start building the rest of the house, right? Taking
Right.
care of the debt, building a savings, right? Paying bills, paying off the house, whatever the case may be, college funding, vacations, retirement, right? But you gotta get your foundation in order. Get it in order.
Get it in order.
Get it in order. Right? Get it in order. So, man, look, that's it for our episode on this beautiful, beautiful Monday, man. It was hot today, man. It was like 81, 83 degrees outside. I was
It
like,
was 85 here today, and my son had a baseball game. I'm
nice.
glad it was at 6:30, so it wasn't as bad, but it was still hot at 6:30. But probably about 30 minutes started cooling down a little bit. But
Yeah,
yeah, make sure y'all hydrate, man. Like,
yeah,
protect your bodies by drinking water. People are dying from dehydration.
already.
They're not saying that, but a
Right.
lot of people are dying from dehydration, man. So drink plenty of water. Look, I got mine.
There you go.
Drink water
Keep
and
hydrated.
get life insurance.
Get the life insurance. Hydrate, drink water, and get the life insurance, guys.
Yes.
Look, peace.
Yep. Y'all have a good night.